Okay, everybody, I wanted to show you a little bit about our syllabus. So if you follow through with me, we can make sure that we go through our syllabus together. The very top is a description of the class. I'm sure you guys have the ability to read this on your own. So we're going to go scroll to the really important stuff. I want to just highlight one thing, and it's the prerequisites for getting into this class. You can either be in Math 038, which is a co-requisite, or you took Math 067 or higher, or you placed directly into my class. Okay, here's a list of our course objectives. We can go ahead and read that on our own time and make sure we understand what the class is going to be covering. Let's go down to my contact information. Oh, that's me. My name's Allison Bell. I am your instructor. I really do prefer to be messaged on Canvas. My inbox can get a little bit crazy, and my Canvas inbox is right over here. So I can make sure I can see your messages and I can respond to you as quickly as possible. The other way to contact me or to meet with me is in my office hours. I have office hours every single day of the week for the first 7 weeks of the semester. So what you'll see is that on Mondays, I'm in the Math Resource Center, which is like our big math tutoring center from 12 to 1. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm available in my office from 10 to 11. On Wednesdays, I'm available in my office at noon. And on Friday, I'm available on Zoom at 11 a.m. before my afternoon meetings. If this does not work for you, if your schedule just doesn't fit with any of these offerings and you need to meet with me in the evening, just send me a message. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help. Okay. Here are the course coordinators. One of them is me. I coordinate the online courses. That's yours. And Lamont Vaughn is our other coordinator. He coordinates the face-to-face classes. So those are the ones that take place on campus. Let's keep going. Our required course materials. You are required to have access to Alex, so don't you worry with the new Slingshot program. You have access to Alex right now. You can actually click this Alex button when you're done watching this video, and you can enroll in my online gradebook so that I can see you, and your homework scores will transition from Alex into your Canvas class nice and seamlessly. There will be no additional cost for this. It isn't part of your course fees. The other piece of technology we use is the graphing calculator. I highly recommend that you get a TI-84 graphing calculator. What we will not allow is something higher like an 89, a 92, or an Inspire. But a TI-84 or a TI-84 Plus are excellent graphing calculators, and you can get a loaner calculator from the Clark Library building if you need to. It can ask me for more information if you need a loaner calculator. We also, because this is an online class, are going to need to make sure we have access to the internet as well as a computer or a tablet to do all of our assignments. We have online homework as well as exams that take place on the computer, and they will require us to have 2 devices. So we want to make sure that we're ready to test, and we'll get all prepared for that before the first exam. Video and audio capabilities, because our exams do take place over Zoom, and I'd like to be able to meet with you on Zoom for office hours as needed. I ask that your technology come with those capabilities. Additionally, scanning capabilities. I am going to have you guys scan in some quote written homework, which I want you guys to basically take a picture of with your smartphone and convert it into a PDF. The very first assignment in this class that is called a homework will help you practice submitting that to just in the way that I expect it. And then you can see my feedback. Okay. How do we communicate? My email address is above, but of course I really prefer for you to message me in the Canvas inbox, which is right over here to your left-hand side. I will post announcements every week. There are checklists that will go out each week for the 7-week class that will try to keep you up to date with everything that should be covered in that week, videos, assignments, etc. The other thing that I will use to communicate with students is Zoom. Not only are my exams conducted over Zoom, but I have at least 1 office hour a week conducted over Zoom. What are the requirements for the class? Okay, so there are multiple components for the class. There are several categories. So we're just going to run through them. The first is online homework. That's your Alex system. Those scores will come from Alex and they'll get embedded into your Canvas gradebook. You can redo all assignments in order to get a 100%. The written homework assignments are the homework assignments that I ask for you to take pictures of and submit electronically online. These assignments, I really encourage students to submit early because I really love to give feedback. Once I give feedback, I'll actually allow you to resubmit that assignment to get a higher score. So I really love to use the written homework as a place where I can offer as much feedback as possible. So that's one of the most important things that I think is an assignment in this class. We also will have some online discussions and activities. These are going to be using either VoiceThread or an app called Hypothesis that's built into Canvas. So you can annotate and you can communicate with a group of students remotely. So you guys don't have to be in the same space, but you can still communicate with one another. So those are already activities that are embedded in Canvas. You can see those under modules already. There is a final course quiz. It is only worth 1% of your final grade in my class, but it is required for this class in terms of data collection. It's really a review assignment, and it is 20 questions that we do at the very end of the term. So this is at the end of the 7 weeks. I will remind you of that later towards the end of the 7 weeks. We have 3 unit exams. They will all be administered over Canvas using Zoom, and I will be proctoring you during that time. You will be able to use a graphing calculator, and the exams are open note. We have 1 final exam after our 3 exams. Our final exam is cumulative. It covers all 3 units, and it already has 2 potential dates. You can either take it with me on Sunday, October 12th at 7 p.m., or you can take it with me Monday, October 13th at 2 p.m. Those are your 2 options. If we cannot fit one of those options, you need to contact me as soon as possible, and we will rearrange it. I'm going to keep on moving. I know this is going to be a long video. We have a final exam replacement policy. That is, if you do better on one section of the final exam than you did on the previous unit exams, we will use that to replace the previous grade. This can really help my students who improve between an exam and the actual final exam. Okay, late work policies. All assignments currently have due dates already are already set in Canvas. I just want to be crystal clear about that. The things that can be turned in late are the online homework, the written homework, and the discussion activities when still receive full credit. Unit exams and the final exam cannot be turned in late. This is a 7-week class. I understand that things happen and that it moves very quickly. So if you see that you're not going to be able to turn something in, contact me. Let me know immediately, and we will make sure that I will give you a score when you get that turned in so you can still receive your feedback. Okay, grading criteria. Like I said before, the final course quiz is only worth 1% of your grade. And the homeworks together are worth 31%. So the online homework is worth 15, and the written homework is worth 16. Your 3 unit exams are 45, and your final exam is 23. As far as grades are concerned, anybody who scores a 69.5 or above is considered a C. So we do round up at the end of the semester. Cheating is incredibly easy when we're in an online class. What I do ask of you is that I know a lot of you are going to be tempted to use AI because it is out there, and honestly, can be really awesome in terms of a resource. What I think is the best use of AI tools is to help you understand or explain a solution path to something, but not generate a solution from top to bottom. If you're allowing AI to generate your solutions from top to bottom, not only will I be able to tell, most likely, but you also are not learning anything, and you won't be able to reiterate those steps on an exam. So I think it's really important for us to use our technology wisely and not as a cheating mechanism. If I do catch you cheating, I will follow the academic honesty policy. And there are instances where if it's on an exam, it's a 0 on the exam, and on an assignment, it's the same thing. Okay. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. I just want to reiterate that we do have some class discussions, and there are multiple ways for you to place into this class. So you could have come from some of the developmental math classes. You could have placed directly in here. You could still be in high school right now. So I want us to think with an open mind about who might be within our group and who you're corresponding with. I think that's really the best way to get the most out of your communication and any correspondence with your group mates when you're communicating remotely, is to just be open and hopefully respectful in those responses that you have for one another. All right, next video is a little Canvas overview, and then we are good to start the semester.